My name's Caroline Poynton. I'm recording this because I've been recording quite a few all day. And you got after what you've just said, the least we can do when the enemy is going to tell us what they're doing or what they're going to do to us, the least we can do is get there before them and do it before they can do it. Especially to King Charles, first one gone.
When your enemy tells you what they're going to do to you, then the least you can do is listen to them.
Yeah.
I don't know when it became the new norm that your enemy is repeatedly telling you, an enemy, not just an ordinary enemy, not an enemy that's just emerged out of nowhere, an enemy who's been your adversary for centuries, and then they're telling you what they're going to do to you, then you don't listen to them.
But they've been telling us for centuries.
You just keep ignoring it. Despite you start seeing how your society is falling apart. I've shown you what's happening in the UK, Paris. Recently there were riots in Paris.
I'll be saying
just yesterday there
all
were
the
riots
day.
in Belgium, Brussels.
Yeah,
it's happening everywhere,
West
all over the world.
Gone.
And they're telling you what they're going to do to you.
Yeah.
The most effective
and we're not doing nothing about it. Well, we're going to do that.
Listen.
Communication, let's listen. King Charles's head is chopping off. Is everybody listening?
Do their
is everybody listening to an English person like me?
Or not? That's secondary. But the first thing is you listen to what your enemy is doing. You listen to what your enemy is telling you. Like this.
I'm a full pedigree. I've got 1,500 years worth of history.
And I'm not even regurgitating my videos, okay? They're just, these videos keep coming out every week in abundance.
And my dad's from Stockport, my granddad's from Stockport.
Your time is
my family came from Yorkshire.
Your borders
from 17 great granddads.
What is the fading?
To my granddads and my dad.
They know. What do they mean
and
by
my mum's side is all from
this is what they mean by your
Preston, England, Liverpool,
Paris.
Manchester. So we are all, even my great granddads on my mum's side are from England. My DNA is 95% English.
They're here. They're not gonna come. They're here. They're inside the borders. They're inside your borders. They're in your countries. And still, while this is happening, we still have people who are not seeing this. You've got your enemies telling you what they're going to do to you. They're telling you what they're doing. You're seeing their plans materialize in real time in front of you. And you still have people who are saying, nothing's wrong, far-right bigotry, Tommy Robertson is the problem. You can't make this up. Sorry, that's what she's saying. Let's carry on.
Your disease is being sucked out, and the unity of the Islamic Brotherhood is taking form. The sons of Islam have already pledged that this battle is a battle of either victory or martyrdom.
They're coming to fight you till death. We are one step away from, oh my goodness.
We eject your flags, and the call for jihad has started, and it won't be long before it is you.
She's not saying that in Mogadishu. She's not saying that in Islamabad. She's not. This is how brazen they are. She's saying that in Denmark, Copenhagen. I can say it. Can you imagine a Nazi stand in the middle of London at Piccadilly Circus or Times Square in the early 1940s and say, actually before 1933, and say, this is what we're going to do. This is what's coming. We're going to come and we're going to do this. Can you imagine that happen? No. British and American patriots would have just... But it's happening in today's West.
Be feasted upon.
You know, if you are a Christian, or a Jew, or an Hindu, or an atheist...
Ooh, me too.
If you believe anything other than Islam, that warning is for you. I mean, they're not trying to hide it, they're making it very clear. They're coming for you. They are uniting.
Yeah.
And they want to, that's their goal. They want to spread Islam all throughout the world. They want the world to have one religion, and that is the religion of the devil.
Religion of the devil,
They've told us numerous times.
And I've been telling us King Charles is the devil.
Or they will
got his head
not pay jizya tax,
religion, devil.
or they'll kill you. Those are the three options with these people, okay? There's no...
Well, no two ways about it, and that's why I always stand by the Jews, because they know what they're doing. We all have to unite, whether you're an atheist, Christian, or a Jew, or a Hindu, we all have to unite against this impending doom. And what do? This is what Western parents are doing. They're sending their kids to these Islamist propaganda events where they go and pray.
Why everyone
Don't do
thinks
that to
they
your
look for
kids.
money, I don't know, because they don't come
Don't
from
do that to
England.
your kids. Look at this. Be like that kid.
Queen
It didn't go
Victoria,
down.
yeah.
Even the freaking teacher. Look at
Elizabeth
it.
was born in
Look at the
Germany.
teacher. Even he went down.
King Charles.
These shameless people. Shameless.
Princess Diana came from Wales,
Just listen
yeah.
to them.
The methodology of the Prophet, he doesn't be labeled as an extremist, as a fundamentalist, as a terrorist. Why? Because Islam, it came to terrorize the society, it came to
Because
terrorize
Queen
the thoughts and the
King Charles
ideas
came from Germany.
of the person. Otherwise, what makes out raising the truth? If Islam is the truth, then there must come into conflict. There must be a clash of civilizations, a clash of ideologies.
There has to be a clash. It's not even an issue
And then
of
they married a
peaceful
Turk,
evolution. Like, let's just
Well, the Queen
say
married a Turk, innit?
slowly white people wither out, Christians and atheists and secularists just die out, and they wait for us to die out because they have a faster breeding rate, and then
Which
know,
is
by
obviously
21,
is one mission
30,
back then as
the
well.
whole of Europe
Mate,
is
that's-
Muslim.
yeah.
You know, like it
Yeah,
happened
but they took over
gradually.
Turkey, mate.
No, that's not how it's going to go.
Because Turkey wasn't
There's
Muslim.
going to be a conflict.
Turkey was
There's going to
fucking
be a
part of
clash.
fucking Greece
Kind
and
of like
Cyprus.
Karl Marx said about communism.
goddess.
There is no peaceful transition from capitalism
The Turkish
to
bath, the
socialism.
fucking
There just
Greek
isn't.
bath,
There has
the
to be a
Greek and
revolution.
Turkish
And as they're
goddess.
finding out, these socialist democrats, they run
What?
our countries to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They keep using other people's money. They kill innovation. They kill productivity. They kill in ways
How can
of
they think differently to the
expanding
Greek
your
goddess as
economy
well,
or growing
or-
your GDP. So look at the UK. Look at what's happening to Europe. It's inevitable. They eventually run out of other
I mean,
people's
I believe
money.
in Jesus,
And
but I
then
believe in the Greek
Capitalists
goddess
wake up
and
and they're
that's
going to say,
why.
what the hell you've done? If our democracy stays intact, it's the same with Islam.
Because I
There's
think
not
the
going to be
Greek goddess
peaceful
said what
transitions.
that
Just,
does.
there's going to be,
But then-
there will come a point
Mm.
when you'll have to rise up and there will be a conflict.
Yeah,
And I don't know whether, we don't know
but
what that's
I'm
going to
like,
happen.
look,
I have a
that,
very good video for you. Just I'll play that to you. He'll lay out a
well,
good
they're
timeline
rising
for
up,
you.
mate. And then he's got King Charles' head chopped off, that's it. Look, that's not really it.
The two can never coexist, and that's what the British government.
And then the Pope
realize
and
that now, and that's why they're budgeting something like 150
to take our country back, our land back off them.
Just terrorism alone, MI6, MI5, GCHQ, their budget goes up to about £650 million a year.
So we need
Did you hear that? This is the British government is realizing that. This is probably an old clip. That's when the British establishment was still trying to fight. They were still trying to fight back just a little bit. So they were increasing these counter-terrorism organizations' budgets, but then the woke mind virus
We'll have
struck.
a
So
long
what
ago
they did,
with this one.
they said, "Oh, we need to find some balance.
2000,
Let's start putting some
When?
far-right people in that too."
So
And
here you
ever
go.
since then, the share of extremists, the share
Not
of
how
Muslim
long ago.
extremists, has been dropping. It used to be 90% all extremists on the UK's terror watch list were Muslims. Now that share has come down to 70%.
Why?
And who have they replaced it with? They've added some new categories like cultural nationalism, meaning we want to have British values at the forefront of our policies. We want to bring back we want to put British values at the forefront of everything. So that is a form of extremism too. So that's how they brought down the share. So the point is, even if the British establishment or the British government as an institute or the British state was fighting back, that there is no fight back. The fight back is withering away. Look at them.
To have that terror struck into the heart, because the dominance has to be, casted.
Yeah.
You're not going to just have dominance. It has to be casted.
Another.
Yes. This guy is Pakistani. He's not even taking that. Well, actually, he was growing in popularity in Pakistan because of his extremist views. And he's saying with this guy, he's saying, white people are not gonna hand over the keys to you.
No, I'm going to chop King Charles' head
have
off.
to fight for it. That's
Yeah.
what they're preparing them for.
That's what I'm
It
saying,
has to
mate.
be casted.
I'm going to have to fight for it. Knock King Charles' head first.
Sahih, which is Sahih Bukhari,
Mhm.
says, Allah's Apostle says, I have been made
I'm
victorious
willing to do
with
it to
terror.
people.
If you look in chapter 8, verse 16, he said,
The
prepare
English
as much as
people
you
like
can,
me.
seize the
I want to
war
do it.
to terrorize the enemy. So terrorizing the enemy is in fact part of Islam. I mean, this is something that we
And
must
I've got no
embrace
qualms,
and
mate. No
understand
mercy.
as
I
far
want
as
to
the
chop King Charles'
jurisprudence of
fucking
jihadism
head
is
off.
He's right. These
No
guys
mercy,
are not
mate.
making it up. They are 100%. Any person. Look at them. They've all got BS. They all
Don't
are
care.
well-read people. You don't go to Bushra Sheikh for
We'll
lessons
just
on
it.
Islam. You don't.
I'm chopping King
You go to
Charles'
these
head
scholars.
off
They
first.
know
We
what they're
need to
talking
do it
about. I have
first.
studied Islam, and I'm telling you 100% they're spot on.
I was given victory by
Terror.
terror. When you fear Allah,
No,
other people fear you. The Quran
I don't
says
fear
here,
King Charles.
strike
These were
terror
chopping his
into
head
the
off,
hearts of
mate.
your enemies and Allah's enemies.
They're doing that. They're coming. And in the meantime, what are we doing? What are the Westerners doing? These woke clowns are doing? They're
What
saying
we
they're
need
kids
to
to
do is
them.
be getting King
to their
Charles' head
mosques.
chopped off, aren't we?
Absolutely pathetic.
And
But
then
anyway, I still
the
have to play you
Pope.
this video. Listen to this.
From what I can gather, it's kind of a 100-year plan, and
Then
we're
the
50
rest
years
of the
in.
fucking back.
And how are they doing
Whoever
what
they
some of
are.
the points they've hit?
Well,
All
think
the
about it.
monarchies.
If we take a step back, Qatar
I've been
is a
marrying
country,
people
it's a
around the
tiny
world and
country in the
selling
Middle
us
East.
down
It
the
has
river
less than
to this one and everything
350,000
else.
citizens.
Oh,
Tiny
We're all
country.
going to
Qatar is
fucking have
giving
their
more
chopped
money
off
to
after
British
it.
education, to Canadian education, higher education,
come back to
to American
governments.
universities than any country in the world. So why would this tiny wealthy country give so much money to
And
Western democratic
yeah.
universities? And it's to use
Then we'll
soft
take
power
back the people and the land.
to influence it. And the
We
Qataris
give
have
the
a
land back to the
bay'ah.
people,
In
which is
Islam,
people
a
like me.
bay'ah is a spiritual oath
Thank
to
you.
the Muslim Brotherhood. The royal family of
Royal
Qatar
family.
follows all the
Yeah.
religious edicts, rulings, and fatwas of the Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
Royal
say that
family.
because a lot of conservatives listen to
There
me.
you
A lot
go.
of conservative Republican
I've been
Americans
saying
listen to
it
me.
all night
This is
about
why
King
it
Charles and the
irks
royal
me, it
family.
angers me, the way Trump is so soft with the
King.
countries. Qatar, I'm sorry,
Not.
they are one of the most dangerous countries. They literally have been financing, they've been bankrolling
Yeah.
anti-Western sentiment in our universities. All these
King
woke
Charles
politics
is
that you see at
involved,
university
see?
campuses, they're all infected.
Yeah, they're all
By
in
Qatari
done it, isn't it?
Dollars. Billions, they've poured
That's
billions
why I
into
won't
our
talk
universities,
about
both
it, but
the
we have
UK
to
and
talk
the
about
US.
the royal family.
In
They're
Oxford,
they're
Cambridge, they
evidence.
have put in billions of dollars, which is nothing for them, really. It's peanuts for them. What a genius idea. You've got to admire.
Evidence is
Why,
changes religion
yeah,
to
why send
Islam.
armies when you can just infiltrate the mind of our youth and then watch chaos unfold?
Yeah,
This is why I
why
support
they
Israel.
sit there,
Because I
King Charles, and
understand.
has a nice
I
life.
know that
Life
Israelis
got cancer.
understand who they're dealing with, what they're dealing with. This is why it
That's what
irks
it is,
me,
that's what
angers
it
me,
is.
it frustrates me when I see conservative Americans who traditionally used to be, well, they still are, the vast majority of conservative American Republicans, they support the state of Israel, but there's a new woke right, like this Candace Owens and all these people who hate Israel. And just because they're blinded by their hatred for Israel, they're taking their eye off the ball, which is Qatar, which is the Muslim Brotherhood, Egypt. These people are our civilizational enemies, okay? That it didn't happen, it's nothing new, okay? This is not a Republican or a Democrat or the US and the Middle East issue. It's the whole Western civilization versus Islamic civilization issue. That's what it is. When you look at it from that perspective, then it makes sense that, okay, who are our adversaries? Saudi Arabia and the UAE these days, especially the UAE, the more westernized they get, the more they come to, more of our interests start to align. But Qatar had a golden opportunity to become westernized, but they said, no, it's a tiny country. They have, I think per capita is the richest country in the world. They have, I think so, the per capita, GDP per capita is something like 150,000 US, so 10, $15 billion, which is a lot, as they have proven. It's nothing for them. It's a lot. If you want to shake up the foundational values of the world's most powerful country, the United States, then $10 billion is nothing. Put some of these billions in Columbia and Harvard, and that's it. You don't even have to go to every university. You just has to go to some of your universities. That's it, and you're done.
They basically represent the Brotherhood around the world. And we estimate that the Qataris are using up to $1 trillion in assets to use as soft power to buy favor in universities, in our media, in our political leaders to further their goals and their agenda. So Qatar is at the forefront of basically representing the interests of the Brotherhood, which is basically to destroy democratic countries. So they're giving all this.
It's basically to destroy Western civilization, not just democratic countries. They couldn't care less about Pakistan and Bangladesh, which are technically democratic. Western civilization. That's the key. That's what they want to destroy.
Naively, many people think they're benevolent and they're doing wonderful work in funding our universities, but essentially they're changing the discourse in the West. So if we take a step back, Hamas, which is the Palestinian chapter of the Muslim Brotherhood, intent on destroying Israel and Western democratic countries. Hamas, which is anti-Semitic, but let's put that aside for a moment.
Let's put that aside. Forget about the Jews. Just like I say, if you want to stop Russia, then we need to arm the Ukrainians. If we don't want our young boys to get bogged down in a war with Russia, then arm the Ukrainians. Give them whatever they need. As Churchill said, give us the tools, we'll finish the job. Just like that, give the Ukrainians give them the tools, and they will finish the job. That means that the Baltic, the Estonians, the Latvians, and Poles, they don't have to go to war with Russia. Just like that, if you want to keep this enemy at bay, the Islamists, the jihadis who have aspirations to take over the West, every single day, then Israel, we need to preserve Israel. This is bigger than just looking after the Jews, like these woke rights who just hate Israel. This is bigger than just Israel. It is in our interest. By our, I mean, it's in the interest of the West, of Western civilization. It is in our interest that Israel maintains its position. This is the reason why for the longest time, for 78 years, the West has defended Israel. Why are we changing our tune now? Why? Something's changed. We have become more receptive to the Muslim narrative or their talking points, which shouldn't be the case because their end goal is always different. This is suicidal. This is what it says, gays for Gaza. Why is it called Gaza? Because if Israel becomes Gaza, then all homosexuals will be thrown off from the rooftops. Yeah, you will be creating essentially a second Afghanistan, the Taliban's Afghanistan. Why? But they don't want to listen. Just like that, all these woke right people. Yeah, fair enough. America's too big, but that's the first step. That's the first step. They can't see that because they just are suffering from Israel's rainbow. They hate the Jews. They hate Israel. Whatever. They would get in bed with the Islamists. So. The woke right, they're not that far off gays for Gaza people.
They're anti-democratic, they're sexist, they want to subjugate women, murder gay people, and do away with religious minority rights around the world. Hamas murdered American citizens and British citizens on October 7th. They kidnapped them, and amazingly, some of the best universities, the Ivy Leagues in the United States, Oxford, the United Kingdom, the University of London, are turning out some of the brightest, best educated young people, young citizens of democracies, and they're supporting Hamas. They're supporting anti-democratic, vulgar terrorists who adhere to a culture of death, who want to destroy democracy, who want to destroy Britain and France and Italy and Germany and Canada and Australia and the United States. And young people are being inculcated in this sort of red-green alliance of the radical left, which is dominated many of our best universities, and because the radical left wants to get rid of Western hegemony, the Islamists who want to destroy Western hegemony have this bizarre common cause. We call it the Red-Green Alliance. So our intellectuals, influenced by Muslim Brotherhood money, are teaching now the second generation of Western citizens to destroy their own country, their own culture, and it's
mind-boggling. Well, you gotta say, well done to the Islamists. Well done. I mean, they knew they couldn't destroy the West militarily. They said, wait a second, let us try something else. It's genius, evil genius, and pathetic too. But pathetic on our part.
But everybody's part, in Gaz's part, not people's part, especially on the government's part. On the royal family's part. And then it comes down to the people like me. It's not our fault. No, it's not our fault, is it? Do you know what I mean? Well, how is it the people's fault? Tomorrow, darling, sorry. Oh, no.